Aloha! Today is November 18th, 2019. I'm going to give an example of how to make an open records request in the state of Georgia. In Georgia, you can request any public records, and I will go into detail of what a public record is later in the video. For an example, I am going to request all of the documents relating to the finances of the City of Tybee Island, Georgia 2019 municipal elections for all the candidates for municipal offices. All of the public records in Georgia can be requested in the way that I'm going to explain, but I am going to give you a specific example with Tybee Island. The records request falls under the Open Records Act for Georgia. If you do a search for Georgia Open Records Act, it will take you to a page. I would try to find one that says Open Records Act in the title of exactly what the details of the act are. It goes over what is considered a public record, and it says right here, a public record means all documents, papers, letters, maps, books, tapes, photographs, computer-based or generated information, data fields, or similar materials prepared and maintained or received by an agency or by a private person or entity in the performance of a service or function for or on the behalf of an agency, or when such documents have been transferred to a private person or entity by an agency for storage or future government use. On the Office of the Attorney General's website, you can find information under Key Issues and Open Government on how to make an open records request. It says right here that it should be made directly to the government agency's custodian of records. Each agency is going to have a different custodian of records, and we will go into details later on who the custodian of records is for Tybee Island. The process is the same for the entire state, and down here there is a form that you can download that is pretty straightforward, and I will fill one out later in the video. But here is the blank form. Like I said earlier, the custodian of records is going to vary based on the agency, and the agency that we are going to use for this particular records request would be the City of Tybee Island, Georgia's city government. I know whoever is in charge of the records request is the city clerk, so if you go under government and city officials, you'll find the city clerk. Here it says that the city clerk can be contacted for public records requests. Public records requests must be made in writing, either via mail, fax, or email, and the city clerk is Jan Leviner. If you scroll over here, you'll find her email address and phone number. I downloaded that form that we saw earlier, so I went ahead and I put today's date. I am sending it to Jan Leviner, and I put her email address. The city did not provide us with a fax number, so I'm going to leave the section right here that said fax blank. And I put right here, I am requesting the following records: campaign financial documents for all candidates in the 2019 municipal elections. The records often cost money. Jan Leviner will let you know how much each document costs. The cost can vary based on how long it takes to find the information and how big the document is. Here I put submitted by Molly Rowe, and I can be contacted here. Here's my phone number and email address. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the process for requesting public records is the same through the entire state, but here's just an example of one city.